guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make pumpkin cheesecake. It is out of this world delicious. Everybody loves it, and it will be a great dessert to serve on Thanksgiving. Everybody does pumpkin pie, which I know I always do every year because it's one of my husband's favorites. But this is just something that you can make that's still pumpkin, but it's just a little bit more elegant, a little bit more like showy, in my opinion. You know, it's like a bit fancier, but it could not be easier to do. And of course, to get started, we need to go over the ingredients. So let's do it. You're gonna need some cream cheese, some granulated sugar, some brown sugar, some pumpkin puree, eggs, evaporated milk, pumpkin pie spice, cornstarch, vanilla extract. You're also going to need a bit more sugar, melted unsalted butter, and some spiced wafers that you can either just put in a Ziploc bag and then just bash them until you get really, really fine crumbs, or you can just do this in a food processor. It doesn't really matter. And then I'm also going to show you a couple more ingredients because we're going to do a sour cream glaze over the top, which really makes this unbelievable. I had it at a restaurant, fell in love with it, made it myself. It's like the best thing ever on a pumpkin cheesecake, no lie. So, first thing you want to do is get your oven to 350, get that ready for you. Second thing you want to do is take a 9-inch springform pan, and I just sprayed it with nonstick cooking spray, and I just put some aluminum foil around the bottom just to make sure nothing leaks out. And you know, this cheesecake is super easy, no need for a water bath. I know, right? Who needs it? It's easy, no fail, works every single time. So, in the bowl of my standing mixer, because I'm going to do everything in here, I'm going to put in my spiced wafer crumbs, my sugar, and the melted butter. I'm just going to mix this up until it all comes together and has the consistency of wet sand. That looks good. It happens super quickly. So now I'm just going to take this mixture, and I'm just going to put this right into my springform pan. And don't even bother washing this out because we're going to make our filling right in there. Super easy. Just trying to get this nice and even. You want to have a nice even bottom, and then you want to come up about 1 inch on the sides. And what I find that helps me is the bottom of this little ramekin just helps me kind of push it all in place just like that. It makes it kind of even. But you can do this however you want. That looks about right. Now I'm going to put this into the oven, 350, for about 7 to 8 minutes. We're just looking forward to getting a head start on the cooking time. And then in the meantime, we're going to make the filling. Now, right in the same food processor, we are going to add in all of the ingredients for the filling. How easy is that? No steps, just all in one go. Super easy and simple. You can certainly do this part by hand, but I find that there's so much to mix that this is the one time where a food processor really does help. Put that in, evaporated milk, just all in the same place. And the vanilla, of course. Now I'm just going to put the lid on, lock it in, and then I'm going to start on low until it's all just about incorporated, and then I'm going to just kick the speed up to medium and let it blend for about a minute until everything is super, super creamy. So, let it go. That looks perfect. Don't worry if you have any lumps in there. It's all going to melt away. So, it's no worry at all. I also took my crust out of the oven. I'm just going to make sure to get every single bit off of this beater here. Right. Now, I'm just going to use my spatula and just to make sure all the cornstarch got mixed up well, and just mix it from the bottom up. There you go. Just pour this into your crust. Oh, you can already tell it's going to be fantastic, can't you? Great. Just get it all out. And like I said, do not worry if you have a few lumps here and there. It's all going to cook down. Trust me. Okay. Just get it nice and even, or as even as you can manage it. Now this is going to go back into the oven for about 50 minutes to an hour. Now we're going to put on our sour cream glaze. I'll show you what that looks like after an hour. I took my cheesecake out of the oven. It's been in there for about an hour. And now we're going to make the sour cream topping I told you about. All you're going to need is some sour cream, granulated sugar, and a touch of vanilla. That's it. And all I'm going to do is mix these all together. And I know this sounds really bizarre, and it definitely sounded bizarre to me when I had it at a restaurant, but but once you try it, you will never go back to regular pumpkin cheesecake without it again. I don't know why, but there's something about the tanginess of the sour cream that somehow becomes custard-like on top of the cheesecake. In fact, when I made this for the very first time for my friends with the sour cream topping, they thought it was some sort of custard. It wasn't. And that's how much everybody loved it. And then actually my friend, who's not a very big pumpkin eater, he put his face into the plate and walked around with horrible crustiness all over his face. And the cheesecake cracks a little, but that shouldn't bother you because it's going to get covered with this anyway. So no one will see any of the imperfections. So just cover this up as much as you can. And this is going to go back into the oven for 5 minutes, and then you're going to let it cool for a couple of hours on your countertop, and then at least 6 hours in the fridge before we serve it. So, here we go. Now remember, we put the sour cream topping on put it in the oven for 5 minutes, and then I let it cool completely on my counter. Then put it in the fridge for a minimum of 6 hours, or I just do it overnight because it's easier, and now it's ready. It's such an easy recipe, but always a crowd pleaser. Now what I do is I take a little butter knife, put it in some warm water, and then I just run it around just to loosen it up if there's anything stuck there. But I'm not expecting any issues. Just go right around like so. In there. Get rid of the aluminum foil. And there you go. Look at that beautiful thing, huh? You can see the layer of the spiced wafers, the pumpkin layer, and then that delicious sour cream layer. Look at that. It's all caramelly at the bottom. Put it on a pretty platter. Just gonna wash my hands. And just like to sprinkle the top with confectioner's sugar. Now, just time to cut it. That simple. Ah, I'm so excited to eat this. Feeds a lot of people, by the way, because it is a really rich dish. You don't need a whole lot per person. Trying to get it out as easy as I can manage. Look at that. That is just so gorgeous, and the texture is amazing. Always a winner. That's it. Go to www.laurenkitchen.com, get the recipe, get your kitchen, and make this for Thanksgiving, because everybody will love it. See you next time.